Alright, this is my Triad Wars 14 second round game. The audio wasn't working till now, so I didn't turn on, but this is game one. There's nothing been missed. Oh, this card looks good. I did my standard 6-3-6-7 pairing. I have a couple ideas for cards I might want to use. The stips are just no level 8/9/9s, no level 5/7/7s, no semis rares. 9/8/5/4s are usually pretty good. I think I'm going to use the 1/7/8/9. One thing I like about that card is it does not have a redundant weakness. The one facing up is not a redundant weakness with the 6/7/6/3's weaknesses. And I wasn't sure on my last card. I was thinking an 8/7/6/5, but I think it's just low power and struggles to retake my 6/3/6/7s. Probably another corner. I wanted 8/6/2/9 was the idea in my head. It sort of sets 1/7/8/9 and 6 up, but that wasn't really the goal. The goal was more, I think it has some synergies in general there, and has a weakness facing down, which is a direction my hand can happily have another weakness in. But I don't believe that card exists. So I don't really have a game plan for my last card. Could go 8/1/9/7, is that crazy? That has a weakness to the right. I'd really like a weakness down, but I'm not sure there's any cards with a weakness down that fill a corner that I particularly, and is a card I want. Like, I don't want to run 7/7/2/9. 4/9/8/5 might be an option. Might be a little weak going up. I was thinking 8/2/6/9. That was the card I was thinking. I didn't see. Oh, 8/6/2/9 does exist. Oh, and that's what I think I should run. Because I have 9/8/6/6 going up. 8/7/7/6/3 going to the right. Potential weakness to the right, but I think I have ways to cover that. 8/6/6/5 going down. Oh, it's not going to be very balanced, but let's try it. The game has Elemental, which I always struggle with. Celdur played amazing in the first round. Just every game was ahead of Metis. Alright, they went for a much more Elemental-focused hand. So let's remind ourselves what can happen with Elemental here. They can get the boost from 2, but nowhere else. I can't get the boost from anywhere. That might not be true. 8/6/2/9 is an FFT card. I think it gets the boost from the Holies in 1 and 6, but I'm not entirely sure. Alright, looking at their hand, they have a 9 every direction but down, where they have an 8. None of the corners are next to elemental squares when the corner is not an elemental square itself, so there's unlikely to be kind of free safety. One idea that jumps out to me is if I play either of the behemoths in 7, the other one is going to be really good at recapturing it. Because with the -1, it can be retaken by its opposite. There were also some ideas in my hand of starting in 5. If we think about their two big corners, the 2/9/8/6 I have covered 2 ways in 2 and 2 ways in 4. The 9/6/2/8 I have covered 1 way in 8. 9/8/5/4 does capture it thanks to Elemental, and 1 way in 6. So that's more tenuous. I probably do want to use one of the 6/7/6/3s early, and I think the question is whether I want to put it in 5 or put it in a corner. I like corners. Big corner guy. One thing I like is if I play 6/3/6/7, say in 7, 6/7/6/3 can recapture from 4 or 8, and if it captures in 4, they don't have their best card to put in 1, 2/9/8/6, I have that covered, and if it goes in 8, they don't have 9/6/2/8 safely in 9. So this potentially seems like the 6/7/6/3 as recapturer will apply some pressure. It also directs the game a little to the left, which I think my hand in general prefers. And Yeah, can they take it in such a way that sets them up to have a combo against 6-7, 6-3 recapturing? I do have other recaptures, but that's the one I'd like to do. The biggest worry about this kind of move is I potentially have a down weakness. I also notice if 8 gets filled, 8, 6, 2, 9 could be safe in 9. But I think we'll start in 7. There is the question of which behemoth I wanted to use. I sort of like the idea of 6-3, 6-7 because 6-7, 6-3 seems such a pleasant recapturer with high power facing out. But there's a case that the other way poses more problems to my opponent. Like if they ever go in 8, I have 8, 6, 2, 9 safely in 9. And if they ever go in 4, I guess I have ways to capture. I don't know. Do I pose the immediate challenge, or do I keep the card for challenge later? Now, 6-7, 6-3 didn't cover anything in their hand particularly, except maybe 3-8, 4-9. While 6-3, 6-7 gave a little more coverage of a big threat. I don't know. I'm going to do this one. This is just instinct here. So yeah, Celdur, or Celdur, whichever it's pronounced, played incredibly in... played incredibly well in round 1. I did not play well in round 1. I do not like who I've been playing of recent. But, you know, hopefully I can turn it around here with my favorite rule, Elemental. Not a player I have much familiarity with. If we creep on their icons, we'll see they have the TTAC 12 semifinalist. We can go look at that bracket, actually. That might be interesting. Gotta get to the shrine. So shrine. TTAC 12. Here you go. So they lost to Delhi. No shame in that. And they beat Borchardt, who was a very solid tournament performer late, and Acela, too. Alright, that's a pretty good showing. And beat Nidus here. So as far as I know, they've only faced really strong opposition, and they have performed quite well. So, yeah. Bit worried, and the Elemental has never been my jam. I don't really care about hitting the Elementals, partially this is because of my disdain of the rule, but also, like, you know, there are, 7, 8 different Elemental types. On average, say 5 squares are filled. I don't know what the math is, but let's say 5 squares, probably 4.5. But let's say on average 5 squares are filled. Your card has 1 of 7 types on it, or 8 types. I'm not sure how many types there are. I can find that out too. I can find so much. Go to the TT Advanced forums, and Dalamar did a really nice post listing every elemental card, which also tells us the types. So we have Earth, we have Fire, we have Wind, we have Ice, we have Thunder, we have Holy, we have Shadow. Did I say Water? I've lost track. Earth, Fire, Water, Wind, Ice, Holy, Shadow, Poison. So it seems like it's around 8. So the odds of a specific type showing up in a single game, or the average number of squares, not the odds of it showing up, that's different math, but the average numbers of squares it will show up in is like about half a square. And there's the question of, will your card ever be relevant in that square? You know, my 8, 6, 2, 9, 1 and 6 are not the squares it's most likely to land in, of course. And their 9, 6, 2, 8, you know, 2 is not the square it's most likely to land in, right? If we again say another half of squares are likely to basically be irrelevant to how the game plays out, then each card with an elemental is worth about like a quarter of a boost per game. And I guess that's equity worth fighting over, but I have trouble being invested with elemental. That said, have won tournament games with it before. and I'm of course hoping to play very well here. In general, I think weak corners on this set shouldn't be that dangerous, and the opponent basically, something like 5, 4, 7, 5, and 3, I think is probably a good move type. Though it does give up captures on my starter. So if I met that with something like 6, 7, 6, 3, and 8, they could potentially run out of options, right? If they play like 2, 9, 8, 6, and 4, and I take that from 1, 4 is safe for me. If they don't have a good move for 2, maybe I have good chances there. I do think 8, 6, 2, 9 has a boost in 1 or 6, but I'm not entirely sure. In the AVL chat, actually, that might tell us. Tezuka mentioned that the Zodiacs act as holy elementals, +1 in the pictures, and gives an example. Though I don't see what the holy elemental looks like. I think it's the thing in 1 and 6. But, you know, I'm somewhat better with elemental than Slash of Time, but that is not saying very much. So reminding myself how elemental works, it affects direct captures. It does not change the math for sames, pluses, same walls, or plus walls, right? The -1 does not play into whether it affects the addition or same-based rules. But because it affects overpowering and overpowering alone, it does, I think, change combos. I believe. So I will try to keep that in mind, and hopefully I'm getting it right. I also may have set up my 9, 8, 5, 4 to be potentially safe in 4 here. So my threat might be 4. They have lots of captures in 8, so it seems like a double-edged move. And specifically 7, 6, 3, 5, and 8 sets up 5, 4, 7, 5, and 5. No, it doesn't set up. I don't have a 9 to the right. So specifically, I guess 2, 9, 8, 6, and 8 sets up 9, 6, 2, 8 to have a same in 5. I might have to be careful about lines there. But we'll see what card they use out of their hand. Alright, adjacent corner. Now, 9, 8, 5, 4, and 4 looks just fundamentally appealing, right? Can they set up an L in 2 that threatens 5? 2, 9, 8, 6 does not do so. Nine, 6, 2, 8 does not do so. Oh, 3, 8, 4, 9 has the plus in 5. Okay, I missed that. That's very important. Alright. That changes things. That means most things will have a threat in 5. Now, I potentially have a combo back in 8 with 8, 6, 2, 9. And they potentially have a combo back in 6 with 9, 6, 2, 8. Okay, so that's probably pretty dangerous. They did give up some down power. So if I can go in 8 in a way that sets up a combo in 5, potentially I can control them going in 4. And I do seem to have ways to do that. So if I play 8, 6, 2, 9, and 8, that card is almost safe to their hand. They can only take it with 3, 8, 4, 9. And if at some point they go 2, 9, 8, 6, and 4, there's a pretty decent chance I can play 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5, or 1, 7, 8, 9, and 5, right? Either one is likely to be favorable for me. The 9, 8, 5, 4 does walk into a plus and 2. There's a chance it isn't, though I think it's still good. Oh, 8, 6, 2, 9, and 8 they can obviously also take with 9, 6, 2, 8, and 9. But I do have pretty good coverage of that. I kind of like the look of this. 86298. I might be over-reliant on 1789 at the end. It does not get 6376 out of my hand. That is a potential issue. If I was gonna get 6763 out of my hand, where would I put it? Probably 3. Probably 3. But I kind of like the look of 8. If they take with Ifrit, I combo back, and I feel that must be good for me, or at least equal. Fine for me. If they take in 9 with Cagnazzo, 3849, then 9854 in 4 is safe for me. And I feel that should be good as well. If they go in 4, they walk into combos. If they don't go in 4, I threaten 9854 and 4 myself, potentially. Or 6763 might go there. 6763 is kind of just as good because it's still only weak to 3849. I like the look of this. It does potentially lose some elemental value. Oh, they have the Cagnazzo plus in 4. What am I doing? I have so much trouble seeing the board when elemental is on. Cagnazzo, I have the plus in 6 as well as they do. Both of us have pluses in 6. Now I think the move might be 6763 in 4. I think I like that. But I have so much trouble seeing things with elemental. Like, the Cagnazzo plus in floor had nothing to do with the elemental, but I was blind to it because it just really clouds up how I see the board. So my idea here is if they go for 5, I think I have the combo in basically every square. I have 2, 6, and 8. And while maybe none of them work immediately, though I think 6 works immediately, but even if none of them work immediately, I should have play to be able to set up more stuff. There's just so much threat there. And maybe 8 works immediately as well. If they go in 8, the only way they can go in 8 while threatening to go in 5 with a double capture next turn is 2986. And I'm hoping I have nice play with that out of their hand. I'm not sure what that play is, but I was thinking I could play 8629 and 9, and it is hard for them to go 5 because, again, that sets me up for more combos than it sets them up for. And also they run out of down power if they use 2986. If they go in 2, they can do so with 9628, threatening stuff in 5. But again, I have really good coverage of 3849 and 5. So it's hard for... Fundamentally, I'm playing against 3849 and 5. That's my idea. Also, notably, I definitely saw this. This is not just me. I didn't see this. Because, again, elemental screws in my head. 3849 and 2 does plus wall, but that should not flip extra cards, right? Because the -1 should stop the combo immediately. I think 2986 is really hard for them to play in 2. 7635 is maybe the move. But I think there's a chance I can just go in 3. Because it's still hard for them to play 5. I guess they have Ifrit there. Maybe they have Ifrit there. Yeah, I think 7635 and 2 is probably the scariest thing. If they go 8, I'm really thinking I should just go 9 with 8, 6, 2, 9. It is safe to their hand, and they won't have a good threat in 5. I don't think. I mean, maybe there's ties, but, like, I don't think there's more than ties there, I guess is my point. If this goes multiple games, I will probably take a pause between games to go to the bathroom, so there will be multiple videos, I guess. Sometimes I try to squeeze everything into one video if there's ties. What else is going on here? Looks like a position. Yeah, I think 7, 6, 3, 5, and 2 is the critical move. It's my instinct. And an effective way for them to have used both their level 5s at the start of the game. One nice thing about Elemental, let's pretend Elemental isn't all bad, is it means if you repeat hands, games can feel quite different. Not so much because of where cards get boosts, you know, 3, 8, 4, 9 gets a boost in 5 this game that did turn out to be pretty relevant. 9, 6, 2, 8's boost, not so relevant. But just because of where the -1s are, suddenly certain corners, instead of being easy to take, become unapproachable. I should actually check. Does their hand have coverage of every 9 direction? If I have a 9 up in 7, they cannot take it. If I have a 9 up in 9, their hand cannot take it. So it's good I have a 9 up in my hand. That's going to likely, if we play future games, play well against them. If I have a 9 down in 1, they can take it. If I have a 9 down in 3, they can take it multiple ways. If I have a 9 to the right in 1, they cannot take it. If I have a 9 to the right in 7, they cannot take it. If I have a 9 to the left in 3, they cannot take it. And if I have a 9 to the left in 9, they cannot take it. So actually, I think... Okay. I didn't see they had the plus there. Oh my god. Just can't see things. I thought they couldn't set up a plus this way. Oh dear. Alright. Now we gotta think. Also, annoyingly, that plus sets up a same in 6 against the move I want to play in 9. So that's very bothersome. Alright, so what if I play 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5? They can plus everything from 2, but they get hammered back. They can take 1 from 2 with the other cards. One of them gets hammered back one way to do it. The other way, they go up 6, 4. I take back with 1, 7, 8, 9. I get a tie, I guess. Can they go anything threatening in 3 if I go 5? I do not believe so. Can they do anything threatening in 6? Incredibly unlikely. We'll just say no. And so the other scary square is 9. If they go in 9, I probably have to play... Ooh, the pluses might work bad for me. There's a plus wall to 2, 9, 8, 6, and 3 if I go 2. Alright, one sec, gotta think. No, I think it's okay. So if I go 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5, and they go in 9, and I play just 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6, I'm up 6, 4. They have the big plus in 2, right? But it doesn't flip any extra cards, so they're only up 6, 4 there, and 8, 6, 2, 9 does have the capture at the end to tie. So I think 9, 8, 4, 5, and 5, 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5 is a tie. There is the question, can we do better? I don't see a move in 6. I'd need to really threaten something big in 9, and I don't see it. If I go 8, 6, 2, 9, and 9, they play 7, 6, 3, 5, and 8, and I'm not a happy camper. Yeah, that's miserable. If I go 2, can I go 2 in a sneaky way? I don't think so. 9, 8, 5, 4, and 2. If they go 7, 6, 3, 5, and 5, they flip 2 cards, not 3, 2 cards. They're up 7, 3. I go 1, 7, 8, 9, and 3. It's still 7, 3. It's 6, 4, sorry. They go up, they only flip one thing. Sorry, they go up 6. No, they go up 7, 3. I flip one thing back. It's 6, 4. I'm not capturable, and 8, 6, 2, 9 will capture at least one more in the end. So that might be another way to tie. But I think I should go for 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5 and just make sure that's a tie. So let's double check it. 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5. They don't have any way in 3 to set up a threat in 6, so if they go 3, I can go 2. Set up a serious threat. That is true. 6, I go 9. It's fine. I keep 8, 6, 2, 9 to cover the combo. Or I keep something. It's fine. That line's fine. I'm not worried about that one. They go 9. I take it with 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6. I will lead 6, 4. They can combo 2 back. They can take 2 back, but not more than 2. And I will have a capture at the end with 8, 6, 2, 9, despite the elementals. If they go in 2, if they go with 3, 8, 4, 9, I combo back. If they go with 2, 9, 8, 6, I combo back. If they go with 7, 6, 3, 5, I take back with 1, 7, 8, 9, and it's 5, 5, and 8, 6, 2, 9 will be enough. Don't see anything better. I believe this is a tie. I'm taking it. So far, I think this has been a second turn favored set. I believe both of the wins have been on second turn. I'm not particularly expecting to press on first turn. Not sure exactly why it would be a second turn favored set, but I certainly did not find advantage in this game. And was a little worried here. Totally missed the move in 8, just blind to the L. Not happy with how I saw stuff, but I think I should survive here. My brain is not very good at handling elemental. I do think where I had the 9s actually lined up really well with their hand. So I think, like, the hand matchup I got the better of here, which probably speaks to getting outplayed pretty badly. Given that this was me being like, gotta find a tie now, does this really work? Scary. You know, that's not really where you want to be in a game where your hand is the better hand, I think, in the matchup. Though it is possible they got unlucky with ease and would have had better play without. Same plus wall plus combo elemental. Alright, all the rules you'd expect. Don't need to be remembering that, like, plus wall doesn't exist or something. I'll take this. Assuming I'm right and it's a tie. Not my finest hour, but not my worst hour either. More comfortable than my games against Crescent were, actually. I was just dead both of them. And the first one I floundered to a tie, and the second one I thought I had lost, but actually the move I thought I was losing to, I was winning against. And the other move I thought I was losing to, which he played, I was also winning against. And somehow it snuck out a tie that did not deserve it in any sense. Anywho, reasonable first game. Looks like Celdur played very well. Very much, adjacent corner into the favorable L. Totally missed that they could set up against the 6-7, 6-3 in a way they couldn't necessarily against the 9-8, 5-4. What I was trying to do was potentially keep combos in 2 against 3-8, 4-9, and 5, though I'm not sure that was very good because their 9-6-2-8 might play super well after that with combos in every square, but my 1-7-8-9 might play just as well. Unclear to me. Very unclear. So I think I wanted to get 6-7, 6-3 out of my hand. It's a card that's not going to play super well in the resulting game, but I just missed that I gave the setup, which is just inexcusable, really. But assuming I am correct that this is a tie, I think this was a pretty conventional game where I got a little outplayed but didn't do quite enough to blow it. That's the game plan. That's what we want every game. I do think, obviously, this is not the goal, and I think I did a really good job with this in Nephilim of being the one putting pressure basically every game and playing for a win pretty much every game. And in this Triad Wars tournament, I think I've already been playing for a tie more than I played basically maybe the entirety of Nephilim. Alright, so my idea was 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6. I see no reason to change this. If I'm wrong about how Elemental works, that sucks. If 5, 4, 7, 5 does combo 4, but I don't believe it does. So my idea was 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6, and a tie. Are there other moves that tie that don't rely on me knowing how Elemental works? Maybe should check for that. But, 8, 6, 2, 9, and 2 was my original idea, but they have the combo in 3. Or just, the combo in 3. There's not a fun way to do it with a play in 3, so we're just going to play what better be the tie. Actually, how does 8, 6, 2, 9 work? Can we do it with 8, 6, 2, 9? 8, 6, 2, 9 is actually like almost a win. In 6? 8, 6, 2, 9, and 6. If they play 3, 8, 4, 9, and 2, I have the plus wall. If they play 2, 9, 8, 6, and 2, I have the same. If they play 2, 9, 8, 6 in 3, I overpower it. So I believe their only tie is 3, 8, 4, 9, and 3. Does tie. But that's probably the way to do this, right? Yeah. And it's not susceptible to me forgetting how Elemental works. So let's do it that way. Did not realize that had the +1. Forgot about that. Alright. Okay, so it looks like we did get a tie game 1. That's the move order. I'm not really recording this round because Elemental I can't re-show on stuff. Yeah, so they do go 3, and I do go 2. Alright, let's do one more. I wish I was sure if Elemental had worked both ways. I think we will stick with the hand. I don't think it should be very targetable. I would like to get a second turn on it, and I do think it matched up well. So, where's my cards? We got the Behemoth Boys. I really am overly attuned to. Yojimbo once said in an occult fan, you should be careful when people know your favorite cards. But, they're so good, how could they ever be exploited? I don't remember what the rest of my hand is, though. Yeah, I like the 8629, I like the 1789, and I like the 9854. Where are you? There you are. Alright, let's try it again. It is weird to have repeat 9s, but I do think the hand has play with it. Alright. Bummer that he hasn't locked in yet, because was hoping for a run back, because I liked the matchup. Yeah, Elemental's tricky. I'm glad that L wasn't worse for me, because it very easily could have been. So far, 2 matchups have been played. I believe Piggyman beat Nemesis and DJ beat Vialva. DJ is someone, my rating systems think DJ is in the top, I forget what it had him ranked, but like 8th or 9th most likely to win Triad Wars 14. He's been on a roll, and it thinks he was the favorite there over Vialva, and he did end up winning. So, props to my rating systems, I suppose. Apparently, after round 1, shucks. Okay, fewer elements. There are a lot of elements surrounding corners, so if those corners aren't innately covered, they can be powerful. It looks like they are innately covered, though. Shucks. Alright, 1, 7, 8, 9, and 3. They have the capture in 2. 9, 8, 5, 4, and 7 is interesting, because their only capture is 1, 7, 8, 9, and I have the combo back in 9, but they have the combo back in 6. 6, 5, 7, 4 is nicely built against my 8s up and down. That's probably a good counter card. That probably means I should switch off this hand after this one. That's going to be an annoying card for me. Okay. Well done counterhand building by them. Yeah, they have 8s covered nicely. That's a serious problem. Because 8s are really critical on this set. The 8629s are playing well. Hitting 8s is important, because the 8-9 inherently hits 9s. Maybe 862 is the way to go. I might switch over to more of those, if I survive. Which is, of course, not a given. So I'm still thinking the 6, 7, 6, 3 corners. They have my 9s to the left pretty well covered this game. Not feeling great about those. Alright. They have 2 cards that are really weak going up, though, in their high-level cards. So I think it is worth starting high up. In probably 1 or 3. Maybe 1, because if they ever take from 2, if I go 6, 7, 6, 3, they only ever have 1 capture from 2, and I have the combo with 8, 6, 2, 9. So maybe 6, 7, 6, 3 in 1 is my move. Because they have very limited access to it. They have 1 capture each way. It is easier for me to recapture. Both their level 5s have a 4 to the left, which plays awkwardly. I think I should start in 1. I'm going to try it. Oh, I should check for elemental bonuses. Alright. I have no bonuses this game, no elementals popped up. We did learn that was an elemental, we're learning. 2986 is the bonus in 9, which seems not very relevant. Alright, nothing too much to worry about there. If 2986 and 9 crushes me, that'll be hilarious, and yeah, we can all root for that. Yeah, so when preparing for round 1, which I didn't do as much as I wish I had, Crescent, again, just definitely got the better of me. I looked through a few of the first games that were played just to see if ideas popped out, and Metis had been someone that in Nephilim I had thought had, throughout most of the tournament, done a really phenomenal job hand building, and I ended up basically playing identical hands to him every round of that. So I checked, did a quick look at the Metis Celdur games during round 1, and was really impressed that game after game Celdur was the one pushing for a win. Thought that was just very impressive. Have I given up too much play against 1, 7, 8, 9, and 3? Probably not, because I have 1, 7, 8, 9, and 2. And then they have up troubles. So that's important to watch out for. And I have 8, 6, 2, 9 for 6. Yeah, the 8, 6, 9s are working really well for both players. I think the better version is with the 9, 8, 6 configured next to each other. Like, I think 2986 is a little better than his 9628, and I think my 8629 played really well. But maybe 986 and 2's probably, especially if I'm running 6763s, 2 is probably the right last number. So I made a file of all the corner cards I liked. So there's a 6892 for 1. I could run that. There's the 2986 that he's running. There's 6289 and 6298 in 3. There's 9826 and 8962 for 7. Oh, we haven't seen an 896 configuration. Yeah, we have. The 9628 is that. Yeah. Don't know if I like that. Normally, I like having the main number, the 9, be surrounded by the secondary numbers. But I'm really feeling the 986 ordering. That's looking really good to me. So maybe next game. I think I love the 6367s, and they haven't been bad for me yet. But I think next game, again, saying next game always assumes I don't, lose this one or win this one. But if I'm looking to make adjustments, and I think I am, because I do not think this lines up well for me, 986s look like a good way to go. They have played very well, and they play well with my 6367s. I kind of want to be aiming for 9s up and down, I think. If we look at the 6734, that doesn't play well against those. The 2986 doesn't necessarily have those covered. The 9628 doesn't. The 6574 is exactly one configuration of it covered. 9s up and down seem to be where my hand should be. Why did I not start 9, 8, 5, 4, and 7? Because they could just flip from 8, and I can't combo back because they have 6. Okay, yeah, I remember. Cool. It does give me a combo in 5 at the end. Not worth looking at now. And I do like using the low levels earlier if I can while posing some challenge to the opponent. But, yeah, I'm thinking 896s might be the key. Don't know. If it is the key, they got there first, right? They got there before me. But I also believe in my 6763s. So I think maybe combining that. But I have been very impressed by their 986s, and my 986 played a lot better than I expected it to. Really critical in a lot of lines. And I think getting more of them is probably the answer. And right now their hand is pretty well tuned to 8s up and down, but not very well tuned to 9s up and down. So I think that's where I want to be. You know, like if I had, say, 6-2-9-8 this game, right? That doesn't quite go in 3. So say I had 9-8-6-2. They have the capture in 8 still. But I could easily see those cards playing well against their hand. I still think I'd like to see a second turn. I still think I want... And I thought this on the first rule set too, and it wasn't borne out by the data. The data said first turn won a lot more than second turn. But I think if you looked at the games, especially the ones between the players I thought were better... Because obviously turn advantages changes depending on quality of play, right? A rule set with best level play could be, say, a second turn rule set, but with kind of second or third tier level play could become a first turn rule set again. Okay. So I do have captures on that. I have 6 and 8. They gave up their capture in 4. They have no ups. That makes me really think I want to just block 2. Importantly, if I do block 2, they don't have a card in 3 that's safe. And their only card that I can't take with 8-6-2-9 in 6, then maybe they have 2-9-8-6 and 5 at the end. I'm thinking I want to play 6-3, 6-7, and 2. That's my thought. They have given up their captures in 4. They don't really have a good move in 6, setting them up to have a good double capture in 5. They're likely to have 6-7-3-4 for 5, so they will have a double capture there. But I'm not sure how good a double capture it is. I guess I don't have combo play against it. Shame. So maybe they can go 6. Though I'll have options in a bunch of squares there, I think. Okay, so if I go 2, I think 3 and 6 are the main moves, given that they don't have 4. If they go 3 with an 8 down, I crush them. I think 6-5-7-4 is the card to put in 3. I was thinking, but then I hit them with 9-8-5-4 and 5, and 6-3-6-7 crushes them. But I've already used 6-3-6-7. But that brings up a question. Should I play 9-8-5-4 and 5 now? It doesn't give them 4. My 6-3-6-7 is great in 6 and 8. They cannot go in 6 without being comboed. It's annoying if I go 8, they have the combo back potentially in 7. 9-8-5-4 and 5? It's interesting. It's really interesting. That's my dangerous option. That's my, I think I have a serious advantage here, and I would like to try to win this game. They still won't have a capture in 4, so how dangerous can it be? They do have a combo in 6. Does give them a plus wall in 6. That is not shared. I still cover 2, and they can't combo back. I want to play it, but also I don't like taking risks. And it feels like the move that has potential to be risky. Another feature. What if I just take it from 6? They just take back from 3. They don't go in 8. But it's important that they have trouble going in 8, because the only card that takes back 9 is 2-9-8-6, and that I can combo back with 8-6-2-9. 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5. You look real appealing. Do you just want to make the conventional move in 2? Do I give up safety somewhere? 1, 7, 8, 9, and 4. I don't think I can be afraid of that. 1, 7, 8, 9, and 8. I don't think I can be afraid of that. That plus wall in 2 is annoying. There's some tricks with that. There are some tricks with that. I think I gotta go for 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5. The 2 is so safe and secure and comfortable, and I know it's fine. I'm gonna go 5. The line I'm worried about is 1, 7, 8, 9, and 8. Because if I go 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6, they have this plus wall in 2 with 6, 5, 7, 4 that flips 5, 6, and 8. And so if they then go somewhere like 7 after, doesn't need to recapture, they go like 6, 7, 3, 4, and 7. Now I think that works okay for me. And 1, 7, 8, 9 actually never gets flipped. I'm not sure if that helps or hurts me. Oh. I don't know. We're trying. Deli All and Turds are in our chat, but they are talking about their game, so screw them. Obviously, they should not be talking about my game while I'm playing, but I just hate that they have 2 and I don't. There's something about that that seems scary to me. They don't have 8, they do have 6. I have 6 and 8. No one has 4, though they don't have even a capture of 1 from 4. I think this is the kind of move I have to make if I want to push for a win. But I do like taking secure lines. Where just like, I play 2, and they have to be a little careful, and then we probably end up with a tie. But this felt like... This feels like if we leave 6 and 8 open long enough, I win. Which is why I think the critical line is him blocking 8. And him blocking 8 without flipping 5, so he has the combo with 6, 5, 7, 4 there. That's specifically what I think the best path is for him. But I think non-trivial to find, and it's easy to go wrong in these types of positions. Alright, he has already picked it up. Yeah. Okay, so... He was on the exact same page. That's a bummer. Not what we love to see. So 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6. I go up 6, 4. Notably, if they play 2, 9, 8, 6 in 2, so they have so many ties there. Okay. So that looks like nothing for me. Another interesting move is 1, 7, 8, 9, and 2. Doesn't do much, though. It's a little tricky. The idea is if he ever goes 6, 7, 3, 4, and 6, I have 6, 3, 6, 7, and 3, but it doesn't actually do that much. Well, they were quick to find what I thought was the best move, so that's a worrying sign. Can I go 8, 6, 2, 9, and 7? They can take it lots of ways, but any way they take it has to flip 5. But they have the combo back in 2 again, and I don't. So that doesn't lead to anything. How do we want to do this? So say we go 1, 7, 8, 9, and 2. If they go 1, they don't take anything. We go 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6. We win. If they go 6, if they go anything in 4, but specifically, let's say 6, 7, 3, 4, I flip everything back. I'm up 6, 4. I do win. If they start in 6, so I go 2, they go 6. I win with 6, 3, 6, 7 because I will. I guess it'll just be 5, 5. But I do win there. 8, 6, 2, 9 is the capture at the end. If they start in 4, I flip it with 8, 6, 2, 9. I lead 6, 4. I believe I win. But if they go 7, they go 7. I play 8, 6, 2, 9, 4. We tie. Yeah, there's no magic to be had there. Yeah. Can I start with 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6? Not really. That sort of gives them free 2, 9, 8, 6, and 3. Six, 3, 6, 7, and 6. I lead 6, 4, but I think they have a million options there. That's what I concluded before. Is it true, though? 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6. I lead 6, 4. If they go 7, I play 8, 6, 2, 9, and 4. I still lead 6, 4. And I don't win because they have 2, 9, 8, 6, and 3. And that's the critical problem in that line, right? Is that 2, 9, 8, 6, and 3 is always safe due to the stupid elemental. So we're going to go 2. 5, 5. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Alright, feel better about this game. Not quite sure how it happened, and obviously that elemental that I'm claiming screwed me at the end in 2 helped me earlier because it made my starter better. Though how much better? I guess it's meant Ifrit couldn't take, but Ifrit taking I had covered well anyway. So, yeah, let's say the elemental screwed me here. Good winning chances, if not for that darned 1 elemental in 2. Yeah, so anyways, we have a tie. It's fine. Well played by them. I think the move in 9 was suspicious. I think that meant I got to push, but I didn't push hard enough. Maybe 2 was better than 5. Maybe 2 was just higher pressure. I thought there were probably just straightforward ideas for them in 6, but we haven't seen them play much. We don't know if they find the moves I think of as standard. Though they did in 8 very quickly. So I think they're well attuned to blocking combo squares. What did they do in the first game? They set up a strong generic L. I just allowed overly generic. I mean, his play was good, but like I allowed a very standard effective plan to work really well against me. And very well played by him, because my dream in life is to just execute standard plans over and over again. This was not a criticism. But it didn't tell me a ton about stylistic decisions. This game says when there are combo spots, and he played pretty quickly on that turn. Or I think he, Jens is usually male name. I think pretty quickly, like played fast, blocked the combo square that I hadn't, they didn't. So probably a sign that when blocking the combo square is right, they're going to be good at it. And so next time, if I see a similar position, I should probably try an idea in 2. The problem is, I liked this game for me. Therefore, I'm tempted to keep the hand, but I thought it was a worse matchup. And that went away, but I still kind of suspect it is. But I guess the problem with the matchup is, oftentimes that's because the level 5s cover my 8s. But as soon as like we make a couple moves, either the level 5s come out of their hands, or they've kept weaker cards. And so maybe I can keep the hand again? This got me into trouble against Tezuka in the Yevon's Champions League finals, where he won both the hand games, and some of it was on the basis of me overly sticking with hands, and him correctly adjusting such that his hand kept lining up just a little better each time, and I did not make such adjustments. I was hoping if they went 7, I could play like, especially if they went 7 with a 6 up, I could play like 8, 6, 2, 9, and 3 and combo back, but it just doesn't do anything. Alright, that's a 6, 5, 7, 4. That's a card that can go in 7, so I assume that's what's coming. Nope, that's not the right chat to post this in. What's the move order? 1, 9, 5, 8, which is a very good move. 2, 7. Yeah. Well, at least both games we only left him with 1 tie on the last move, but that doesn't really make any difference because he's not going to miss it. Six, 3, 6, 7, and 4. I go up 6, 4. That's still just a tie. I force 6, 7, 3, 4, and 6, right? That flips everything except 7. And then I flip back 2, flips 3, flips 4 due to elemental, but why need elemental to save me? Let's just play the proper move. Bummer. Alright, well, I think we'll call this a video, and I'll record again for the future games. Alright, so pause now.